Roseburg, hello. Hope you're doing well. I got dressed up for you. A lot of stuff going on. It's Tuesday. It's about 1, 2 p.m. right now. And we'll see what's going to happen. As far as what's been happening, the market was closed last Friday. Not much happened. Yesterday was Monday. There was a slight improvement in the market and a small improvement in mortgage. Today, we held steady. We'll see what 5 p.m. brings us as far as the Iran conflict goes. The forecasts about the length of that conflict and the severity of it, the impact on the price of oil are kind of driving rates right now, but rates haven't spiked. They kind of have leveled off again. And it's not front page news. That's the big thing. There's plenty of front page news where the person on the street doesn't know what's going on. I look too closely at that stuff. What is happening this week? The Federal Reserve minutes from their most recent meeting, where it's a script of what everybody says, comes out today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. And a lot of times that can rattle the market if some Fed governors who vote on the movement of the rate and whatnot and the future path are speaking negatively about let's not ever reduce rates for a year or something like that. We'll see what they say, and other things might impact it too. Also, this week, both inflation reports come out, the personal consumption expenditures and the consumer price index later on this week. So it's kind of a big week. Looking at mortgage rates, I look too closely at mortgage rates. We shouldn't be looking as closely as I do because if I were to post my specific rates, by the time you talk to a client, it's going to be different. So where we are right now, we're still in the fives and sixes. Okay. And what I mean by that is FHA, VA, USDA, those are all somewhere in the fives. 30-year fixed, that's floating around in the low sixes right now, depending on credit and down payment and stuff like that. And my 10-year fixed arm, fixed for 10 years before it becomes adjustable, that's also in the fives. So I live so close to it that it can really kind of rattle me a little bit. But the fact is, in the macro, we're still in the fives and sixes. We're still seeing things pick up. And just to wrap up here, I want to give you just one little tidbit. Never say no. Regarding a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, that's when all the debts are wiped clean. Typically, on a conventional loan, you got to wait 4 years after the discharge date of that bankruptcy. FHA, VA, it's typically 2 years from that discharge date to purchase a home or do a refinance. If you have extenuating circumstances, FHA will allow you to get a new FHA loan 1 year, 12 months from the discharge date of the bankruptcy. But it has to be documented. It has to be a sudden involuntary event, such as a major job loss, not getting fired for misconduct, but a job loss, a death in the family, the death of a breadwinner, or a serious illness. In my case, the borrower was in a wreck and broke both of her wrists and could not type and tried to get other jobs and has a record of that and wasn't out spending money going crazy, wasn't irresponsible. Uh, had to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Since that time, she has shown a track record of getting new credit, getting established, and being diligent with being, credit wise about things. We have to document the injury, the job separation, and stuff like that. But we did that, and we have someone who's able to buy a house now just 1 year after a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So little things like that. Never say no. Always send them my way. We'll try to do what we can. And I look forward to seeing you all again. Thank you so much.